Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've always felt that I have a responsibility towards you, the viewer, and it is my job to bring out the hidden secrets of those who are misusing their power and their position and have done disservice to the people of this country. Times Network has always worked relentlessly to keep aside political rhetoric and stick to facts as they stand, in black and white. After the explosive Operation Sheesh Mahal, we now bring to you Operation Cocktail. We will reveal how the Aam Aadmi Party Sarkar of Delhi granted favors and waivers to its khas friends and forced the Aam Aadmi to foot the bill of rupees 2,002 crores. We reveal how liquor barons were allegedly given fee waivers by the Delhi Sarkar while we were battling for our lives in the midst of the pandemic. We are the only channel which will bring to you the proof in black and white about the Liquorgate scam. It's not me saying this. It is this report of the Comptroller and Auditor General. Yes, the CAG report which makes these disclosures. Watch this CAG report on your screens, drafted on 4th of March. And I can actually show you this CAG report on the 4th of March. I'm not showing you the signatures at the moment because this report still has to be put up. But 4th of March, this report has been finalized, and this report is sitting, probably gathering dust, because it's not before us, the public, you, the people of India, the citizens of India. This report sent to the various people within the Comptroller and Auditor General's office, the only channel that has accessed it. Two important points of this report that I want to bring before you is the fact that this report notes on 3 different occasions the replies to the audit observations were not provided by the government. Why? If everything is above board, why was the Kejriwal government not responding to the queries raised by the CAG? Again, on page 82 of this report, it says no files were provided to audit wherein the basis of formulation of the GOM report was outlined. So, why were files not provided? An audit of every expense is something every financial institution needs to go through. If you're a private company, you have to have a chartered accountancy firm that audits your accounts. If you are a public servant, then a public government, public department using taxpayers' money, the norm is that the CAG will audit your accounts. Why were documents not provided? Let me also show you that on different occasions, even the Tender Evaluation Committee, and this is startling, Tender Evaluation Committee tasked with examining the complaints by the Excise Commissioner decided that a copy of the complaints be sent to applicants to receive their clarification and to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Replies documents were received from these applicants categorically denying the allegations in the complaints. The TEC in its meeting asked for these reports and decided that due to the paucity of time and advanced stage of tendering process, these papers will not be provided. Tender Evaluation Committee was not provided documents. Let me also outline for you what the CAG says. And Times Now is the only channel which has accessed this. The Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his generals claim kuch nahi mila, raid hui kuch nahi mila. On Operation Cocktail, we reveal to you why the CAG has pegged the figure of rupees 2,002 crores as the loss to the exchequer. Let's start first with the breakup. As per the CAG, there was a loss of 941 crore rupees and 53 lakhs by the Aam Aadmi Party Sarkar for not taking timely permissions and allowing liquor vends in non-conforming wards without DDA's approval. So you decided that you will get this revenue, which is why you brought in a new policy. But You did not take any permissions from anybody as a result. You could not open, and 941 crores was lost due to this. This figure mentioned right here, 941 crore, clearly talking about 114.5 crore per month was the loss, leading up to 941 crores. So that was area 1, where there was a loss of 941 crores. 890 crores were lost because the excise department could not open vents in certain zones, and this 890 crores was not got back because retendering never happened. नहीं मिला तो नहीं मिला, हमारे पास बहुत पैसे हैं. After all, something must be happening off the books. That's what the Enforcement Directorate says. Another rupees 144 crores was lost allegedly due to irregular waivers given to the licensees during COVID. This despite the fact that the commercial risk of the liquor business was to be taken by the vendors, not the taxpayers, where there was also an alleged loss of 27 crore rupees due to incorrect collection of security deposits, especially from two companies. One giving a lesser security deposit of about 17 odd crores, the other one about 10 crores, and therefore you don't collect security deposits, giving favors to a few people. So can the Aam Aadmi Party still claim that there was no loss to the exchequer? Let's remind you how Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and company had fear-mongered ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, calling themselves victims of a political vendetta.
ना किसी ने रिश्वत ली, ना किसी ने रिश्वत दी, ना कोई पैसा आया, ना कोई पैसा खर्च हुआ, तो कौन सा शराब है? पूरा का पूरा राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र है, केवल अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी को बदनाम करने के लिए। बीजेपी का मकसद कोई पूछताछ करना थोड़ी है, इनका मकसद है पूछताछ के बहाने केजरीवाल को बुला लो और उसे गिरफ्तार कर लो, ताकि मैं लोकसभा चुनाव में प्रचार न कर पाऊँ।
सीबीआई ने रेड मारी, उसमें कुछ नहीं मिला।
आम आदमी पार्टी के विधायक, आम आदमी पार्टी के मंत्री कट्टर ईमानदार हैं, इसीलिए आज तक एक भी केस साबित नहीं हुआ।
आज तक मेरे को ये समझ नहीं आया कि शराब घोटाला क्या है।
Let's also remind you, ladies and gentlemen, क्यों नहीं समझ आया कि शराब घोटाला है क्या? You are not showing fight. You are not responding to the CAG. You are not responding to the ED. So let me remind you that here on Times Now, we got you the ED charge sheet in Liquorgate scam, where they had projected that the loss to the public coffers was to the tune of over 2,000 crores. This charge sheet that you can see on your screens was submitted in December 2022 to the courts and gives a detailed breakup of the irregularities and the subsequent loss calculated by the Enforcement Directorate. This too was rejected by the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, after Times Now aired Operation Cocktail, watch how a fierce war of words has erupted between the BJP and alliance partners of the Aam Aadmi Party, who are still in denial.
बौखलाने वाले आंकड़े आए हैं। अपने 100 करोड़ के किकबैक के चक्कर में केजरीवाल सरकार ने दिल्ली की जनता का 2002 करोड़ रुपए का घोटाला करा है। केजरीवाल सरकार, मैंने कहा ना, केवल प्रचार प्रसार और भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त थी। ये एक निकम्मी सरकार है जिसने कोई विकास के कार्य नहीं करे और केवल दिल्ली की जनता के साथ धोखाधड़ी करी है शराब घोटाले में।
हमारा संविधान है, हमारा कानून है और कानून के दायरे पर सरकार को कोई भी कार्यवाही करने का अधिकार होता है। हमारी जो एजेंसियां हैं अपने दायरे में जांच पड़ताल करती हैं, तथ्यों को सामने लाती हैं। आज भारत में नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने सारी इस तरह की एजेंसियों को पंग बना दिया है, सारी एजेंसियों पर कब्जा कर लिया है, अपने मनमानी तरीके से उनका दुरुपयोग करते हैं। हमें कहते हैं कि ये तो मेरिट की बात है कि जांच हो, रिपोर्ट आ जाए। एक रिपोर्ट आई है, एक रिपोर्ट को आप तथ्य मान रहे हैं, किसी के आधार पर कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए, यही सच है। और दूसरी जो रिपोर्ट आई है उसके आधार पर आप उसको सच नहीं मान रहे हो।
We must understand that the Aam Aadmi party's name is based on the Aam Aadmi, which means the common citizen. They came on the promise of they will eliminate corruption and serve the people. What are they doing? They seem to be serving business entities. They seem to be serving maybe their own self. Now Mr. Kejriwal is finding excuse after excuse since September, October to avoid the investigation.
The report is coming on the verge of an election. I don't know what is the timing over there. What is the timing of the CAG report? Vendetta means you see 9 times you have given, the ED is giving summons to Kejriwal ji. They want that Arvind Kejriwal ji should not be there for propaganda or campaigning during the election. They want to bring him, keep him behind the bar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Court does not give bail to Manish Sisodia on the liquor scam. But this is the problem of the government and its institutions. The Supreme Court and the Delhi High Court have refused to give bail to Sanjay Singh. He's in jail on the liquor scam. ED is requesting and sending summons to Arvind Kejriwal. He will not go. But where is the scam? What is the timing? The point is that this investigation has been going on for almost 2 years. Even then, timing is under pressure and questioned. The question also is about 2002 crores and why this should make all of us angry, because I want to put it for you in perspective. Let me tell you what this money could have been used on, which was wasted by the Aam Aadmi party. Let me tell you that 8,024 classrooms could have been made out of this 2,000 crores. 2002 crores would have given at least 20,40,285 public toilets. They could have been built. There could have been over 2 lakh slum dwellers who could have been rehabilitated under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Nearly 1 lakh mohalla clinics could have been built. But no, we will not answer. We will not answer to the CAG. We will not share files with the Comptroller and Auditor General. We will not get auditing done. We will not respond to summons sent by the Enforcement Directorate. And the High Court today, which was approached by Mr. Kejriwal, also said, please go and answer the questions. No relief to Arvind Kejriwal given by the High Court either. So, ladies and gentlemen, on Operation Cocktail, we are asking the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Will Kattar Imaandar answer these questions? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour first. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining me in our studios. Also joining me in our studios is Congress supporter, political analyst Tehseen Poonawala, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, who's been through several debates and several exposés by us on the liquor scam, and Sheesh Mahal joins the debate tonight. Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate in the Supreme Court, also has participated in many of these debates. Thank you very much for joining us. And defending the Aam Aadmi Party are Akash Deep Muni, a political analyst. But my first question goes to Ravi Srivastava ji. Ravi Srivastava ji, sawal ye hai, if everything is hunky-dory, everybody is Kattar Imaandar, why do we not answer questions? 2002 crore rupees is what has been outlined by the Comptroller and Auditor General. At least on the premise of company norms and governments, at least you will agree with me that audit of any expenditure, any policy is something that everybody has to go through as norms of governance. Do you agree with that much, at least, before I ask you the next question? Audit is an important part of governance or not? Yes or no?
I agree to the extent that a chief minister is an elected person by a particular assembly, and that he is elected by the Delhi Assembly. and he is answerable to the Delhi Assembly. When the report will be made public, it will be submitted before the Assembly, and he will definitely answer the questions. One or two observations I want to make.
No.
First thing is...
So he will answer to the Delhi Assembly, but he will not answer the auditing authority, the Comptroller and Auditor General, not share files with them, not share files with the Tender Evaluation Committee. Are you saying that's normal?
I expect you to finish up my submission and then you can interject. My point here is, 3 days before, the Honorable President of the Congress Party, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge, in an open press conference, alleged that the BJP-ruled states and the central government did a loss of 8.5 lakh crores to the public of this country. How much is works out to the per taxpayer in the country? You work out that because you are good at working out the calculations. My point here is that will you do a debate on 8.5 lakh crore ghotala also? Or you are only targeting the Aam Aadmi Party to appease a political party named BJP? And
please don't make allegations, Mr. Ravi Srivastava. Do not make any allegations. It's my job to put whatever facts I want to, I can put. And Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, I owe no favors to him. When Sheesh Mahal sahi tha ke nahi? He ended up, instead of answering questions, he ended up arresting our reporter Bhavna Kishore, and you are teaching me morality, Mr. Ravi Srivastava. Mr. Ravi Srivastava, I do not need any lessons on morality from you or the Aam Aadmi Party.
Everything the opposition. That's the simplest thing for you to do.
My friend, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the Chief Minister of Delhi. He is not the opposition leader of Delhi. I am asking the question to the Chief Minister of Delhi, and I am well within my rights to do so. You have a problem with any other issues, you are most welcome to raise them, but on a debate on those issues, not on a debate on Arvind Kejriwal. If that's your best explanation, then God bless the supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to get in Anand Ranganathan. Pardon me, before I go ahead, I want to get in Anand Ranganathan. Anand Ranganathan, a CAG report signed on the 4th of March 2024. Am I within my rights to raise questions that are being put in this? These are not concocted by me. These are CAG, which is under a law, the auditing arm of the government, which keeps an eye on taxpayers' money. I'm being asked, why don't I do this and that, and why am I asking questions on this? Should questions be not asked of the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi?
You will debate 2002 crore, you will not debate 8.5 lakh crore.
My friend, you're most welcome to join the debate on 8.5 lakh crore rupees, but first, can you answer the questions on the 2002 crore losses, or 2,000 crores don't matter to you?
It's a fact, because it is made by the Congress president.
Raviji,
so it's not relevant from you. What you have got 2,002 crores is irrelevant.
Anand Ranganathan, preposterous argument coming from Ravi Srivastava, and that's his best defense. That's his best defense. Anand Ranganathan, please respond.
Navika, loss due to not obtaining timely permissions, 941 crores. Loss due to not re-tendering surrendered zones, 890 crores. Loss due to incorrect granting of favors to licensees, 144 crores. Loss due to incorrect collection of security deposits, 27 crores. That weather-beaten Aam Aadmi look with tattered chappals, loose pants, Reynolds pen, oversized unwashed shirt and oily hair, priceless. There are some things that an honest politician cannot buy. For everything else, there is master fraud. This should be the Aam Aadmi Party new ad featuring Arvind Kejriwal. Honestly, what a monumental fraud. And this CAG report, Navika, comes at the back of the Supreme Court that said, and I quote, there was conspiracy on drafting new excise policy. It was meant to help those who gave kickbacks. PMLA offences were supported by material evidence. VAT was reduced to 1%. 7% excess commission was given, amounting to 338 crores lost to exchequer. AAP forced the company to give up its 20% market share in favor of another company. But then, Navika, this is the party that celebrates anarchy, that publicly implored citizens to elect goons and thugs, that bought out much of the media with taxpayers' money. It's the same Kejriwal who spent taxpayers' money, our money, for paying exorbitant lawyers' fees in cases where ultimately he had to furnish groveling apologies. And it is the same Kejriwal who demanded Bharat Ratna for Satinder Jain and Manish Sisodia, both in jail right now. Navika, AAP government ad spending has increased by 4,273% over the last 10 years. 5 CAG reports are not being tabled right now in the assembly, and repeated requests by the LG to do so are being ignored. There is a massive Jal Board scam concerning illegal tendering, in which Kejriwal has also been summoned by the ED. There is a massive Mohalla clinic scam, wherein clinics entered either multiple nines or zeros as mobile numbers of 14,749 ghost patients, so they could outsource thousands of tests, payments of which were made by private labs in the state. The High Court recently blasted Kejriwal for installing only 6 CT scan machines in the hospitals he runs for 30 million population. This is the famous Kejriwal health model, but no one knows it. As AAP has spent 1,073 crores in ads in the last 3 years, from turning Delhi into London, to cleaning the Yamuna, to removing pollution by stopping farm fires in Punjab that is controlled by AAP. No one has lied as much as Kejriwal. And as for his education model, out of 1,022 Delhi government schools, 824 are functioning without a principal. AAP promised 500 schools, opened 50, and we haven't even come to the 50 crores KG spent on Grand House, money that could have bought thousands of oxygen cylinders, opened tens of clinics, fed thousands of Delhiites during COVID. But you know, if you accept that AAP is as corrupt as all other parties, a kind of calmness dawns on you, Navika. So we should stop getting shocked by Kejriwal. He and his party are same as the leader of any political party, corrupt and hypocritical. Maybe that is why he keeps getting elected. Democracy is more often than we'd like to admit, not so much the defeat of the elected as it is of the electorate.
How many universities Mr. Modi has opened?
रवि श्रीवास्तव जी, क्या काउंटर है? किसी भी फैक्ट पर कोई काउंटर है? प्लीज स्पीक.
What counter? He is simply blabbering something and which has got no base.
Navika, ये urban Naxal कहाँ से आ गए हैं? ना knowledge है, ना कुछ है.
How the CAG made the report? How the CAG made the report? You tell me. And the CAG report has got the notional loss.
This was the same guy
Oh, so we are back to notional loss theory. Again, notional loss theory. Shehzad Poonawala, please come in. The one defense on the CAG. For ED, the defense is ये सरकारी एजेंसी है. For CAG, the defense is it's a notional loss, so we should not worry about it. It's only 2,002 crore. Yeah, this is not too much money, यार. 45 करोड़ का तो घर बना था. 45 करोड़ का तो शीश महल बना था. 2002 करोड़ क्या होता है? शहजाद पूनावाला.
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो इनकी जो तथाकथित ईमानदारी की टोपी में कितने छेद है वो आनंद रंगनाथन ने 30-40 सेकंड में बता दिए. और मैं आपको सिर्फ इतना बताना चाहता हूं कि ये कैसा डेजावू मोमेंट है कि यही रवि श्रीवास्तव जी सीएजी की रिपोर्ट ले लेकर 10 साल पहले अन्ना हजारे के प्रवक्ता बनते इसी सीएजी रिपोर्ट को वाड्रा, कभी लालू, कभी मुलायम, कभी सोनिया, कभी अखिलेश को जेल में डालने की वकालत करते थे. आज इसी सीएजी रिपोर्ट को नोशनल लॉस बता रहे जैसे कपिल सिब्बल बताते थे. तो कैसे रवि श्रीवास्तव से कपिल सिब्बल बनते हैं ये भी देखने का एक तरीका है. देखिए, मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला रवि जी 4 जून को ये मेल्टडाउन होना है. रवि जी, मेल्टडाउन का डेट 4 जून है, अभी नहीं है. आज 4 जून नहीं हुआ है. प्लीज टाइम्स नाउ से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, मैंने किसी के बीच में नहीं बोला. रवि जी, इस प्रकार से डिबेट नहीं होती. यू आर डिस्टर्बिंग अदर्स एंड यू आर डिलेइंग द टाइम ऑफ द डिबेट. अब देखिए नाविका जी, ये जो ऑडिट रिपोर्ट है ना, ये ऑडिट रिपोर्ट का अगर एक सूत्र निकालना है तो इसका सूत्र होगा कि मैं करूंगा भ्रष्टाचार, बताऊंगा इसको अपना शिष्टाचार, कोई भी पकड़ेगा तो मैं चिल्लाऊंगा अत्याचार अत्याचार और खेलूंगा विक्टिमहुड कार्ड. बताइए कि क्या ये राइट टू भ्रष्टाचार हो चुका है क्या इनका? ये केवल ऑडिट रिपोर्ट इनके शराब घोटाले का नहीं है, इनके पूरे सियासी यात्रा का है. आप बताइए, दवा से लेकर दारू तक, मोहल्ला से लेकर महल तक, हर जगह भ्रष्टाचार किया है. और ये हम नहीं, ये नाविका कुमार नहीं कह रही है. अब आपने कहा नाविका कुमार बीजेपी को अपील कर रही है, सुनिए ये बात.
ये शिक्षा का मामला नहीं है, शराब की बात हो रही है, शिक्षा पर छुपने का काम मत कीजिए।
ये अलग बात है कि एक समय पर पत्रकार हुआ करती थी, आप तो आज भी पत्रकार है, ये प्रवक्ता बन गई। इन्होंने कहा था, कांग्रेस वाले कहते थे, ये पैनलिस्ट बैठे, इन्होंने टाइम्स नाउ के मंच पे कहा था कि शराब घोटाला और ये अरविंद केजरीवाल से ज्यादा भ्रष्टाचारी कोई नहीं है। सवाल वो नहीं है, सवाल ये है कि किस प्रकार से यू टर्न किया जाता है कि पहले मांग करते थे कि सबको जेल में डालो और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट राहत नहीं दे रही है। आज ही के दिन हाईकोर्ट ने कहा है, व्हाई यू नॉट अपीयरिंग बिफोर द समन्स। संजय सिंह, विजय नायर, मनीष सिसोदिया जेल में 338 करोड़ का मनी ट्रेल मिला और ये कहते हैं ना, कहां मिला, कहां है, हम कट्टर ईमानदार है। कोर्ट ने कहा है, सीएजी ने कहा है, पर मानने को तैयार नहीं है। इसका मतलब केवल इतना है कि आज जिस प्रकार से शराब घोटाला, और 10 सेकंड और, मूल सवाल जो है 2.5% से 12% कमीशन हुआ या नहीं हुआ, यह परसेप्शनल लॉस है क्या ये हुआ या नहीं हुआ? ब्लैक लिस्टेड और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी जिसको शो कॉज नोटिस गए, उनको फिर भी आपने ऑपरेट करने दिया, ये परसेप्शनल है क्या? और ये कैसा परसेप्शन है कि एक दूसरे को ये लोग पंजाब में तो भ्रष्टाचारी कहते हैं और दिल्ली में भ्रष्टाचार जो कल तक नजर आ रहा था वो नजर आना बंद हो जाता है। रवि श्रीवास्तव जी, कम से कम अपने अंतरात्मा को जवाब दीजिए। आनंद को और नाविका को गाली देने से क्या होगा?
शहजाद पूनावाला जी, मुझे भी एक छोटा सा इंटरजेक्शन करना है। यू टर्न की बात अगर बीजेपी ना ही करे तो बेहतर है। आपके यू टर्न पर नीतीश कुमार जी की फोटो लगा दीजिए, आपके यू टर्न पर चंद्रबाबू नायडू की फोटो लगा दीजिए, पर आज वो मुद्दा है ही नहीं।
10 सेकंड आपने सवाल अब छेड़ा है रग को, तो मेरे जवाब देने दीजिए। 10 सेकंड
आपने कहा छेड़ा है रग को,
दुखती रग नहीं है, रग को छेड़ा है, तो आपको जवाब तो देने दीजिए। यू टर्न करके हम थोड़ी है, हम तो वहीं तटस्थ है। यू टर्न करके वो लोग आए हैं, हाँ तो यू टर्न किया, हमसे पूछिए ना उसके बारे में। पर एक चीज मैं बता ही देता हूं, देखिए सुनिए।
When Mr. Kejriwal was in this whole charade of this undue movement, he would ask anyone to step down on the slight list of accusations.
Zoom करना जरा।
Mr. Kejriwal has completely done no corruption.
मत करो शहजाद, मत करो।
The fact of the matter is that the rules
थोड़ा
not
डरो।
to take prior permission are meant for emergency spending. So if the government
ये अब पता नहीं, अब थोड़ा आप यू टर्न कर ही लीजिए थोड़ा सा।
तहसीन पूनावाला,
अच्छा, पंजाब में गठबंधन नहीं हुई,
are you against the Aam Aadmi Party and its corruption on the liquor policy, or have you also done a U-turn?
I absolutely stand by that clip, and still I will demolish this. 30. Now, please don't interrupt.
You will stand by that?
Yes.
Are you
demolish
schizophrenic?
This. And demolish. No, not schizophrenic.
Rahul Gandhi supporter.
I'll come to what Modi supporters do, but let's get it. You said why hasn't the chief minister answered? He should answer these questions. Let it be tabled in Assembly. It's not been tabled. But yes, I absolutely agree. He should answer the agencies that have asked him the questions. But today the BJP's hypocrisy that they are asking him to answer, Devendra Fadnavis, Source Times of India, when asked to submit his completion certificates about the debt mismanagement in Maharashtra to the tune of 19,000 crore rupees, said I will not do it. Said I won't do it. Then came the Dwarka Expressway, the Ayushman Bharat in Uttar Pradesh. Often it's praised. 40% scam in that. They took strict action, BJP. They transferred all the CAG officers. Source Times of India. Tell me if I'm going wrong anywhere. The Honorable Prime Minister and Chief Minister of Gujarat, CAG report, scam in 2005-2006 of 21,000 crore rupees in trying to find oil where oil and gas did not exist, the KG basin. That company was then bought by a public sector company. Any answer scheme? Any answer scheme? I am not saying that because BJP didn't answer, I should not answer. The enforcement directorate today has no case because they haven't established a money trail. When they come here and they say,
how can you say that?
I'll explain.
Manish Sisodia is in jail.
He's in jail because the court will not give him bail. Because the Supreme Court will not give him bail. Neither will they give him.
Why? The Supreme Court is part of the BJP?
No, because of the twin conditions in ED, and your viewers know it, that you won't get bail. Now, don't give me one odd exception case where you got bail. I know somebody who got anticipatory bail. ED arrested him in another case, completely different case. You will not. Just hold on.
No. Now you're making allegations.
I am not
making allegations on the Supreme Court.
I am not on Supreme Court, on ED. On ED, I'm absolutely.
But if the Supreme Court doesn't give
bail,
what is the allegation?
It is against the law. The law will not allow you to give bail because they will come up with some
1 minute. Hold on.
Let me break this premise. Just 10 seconds. By the way, Manish Sisodia has been denied bail in a CBI matter where there's no.
That time charge sheet was not filed.
Tehsin, please
no. You intervene.
You speak in
that time charge sheet was not filed.
Don't interrupt. Tehsin, don't interrupt.
That time charge sheet was not filed.
Tehsin, please don't interrupt.
Yes.
In the CBI matter, which has gone to High Court,
correct,
there has been no relief for Manish. So please listen. It's not a ED PMLA matter. Point number one. Point number two, the Supreme Court can give bail in any matter, irrespective. If the law is unconstitutional, they can do it. Thirdly, please answer this: that the Supreme Court has found a money trail. So they have said 338 crores. Don't
no,
one
sorry.
sec, Tehseen, do not interrupt. You speak in your turn. You're interrupting me. Tehseen, the only reason you're interrupting me is because you're scared of the facts.
Please wait, allow me the right to reply.
And finally, in this matter, it's been on for more than 1 year. They've got no relief. Dwarka matter, which you cited, Mr. Nitin Gadkari said, I am here, I'll answer all the questions. And why haven't people like you gone to court and proven there's a Bhrashtachar?
Now let me answer each of those. First of all,
why doesn't Kejriwal come and answer the questions?
You've got to make it fair.
First
of all, I never cited in this debate Dwarka. He brought up Dwarka.
You brought it.
No,
you just said
Bharat
Dwarka
Mala and
highway.
Ayushman. Please hear
you
what
just said it.
I said Bharat Mala and Ayushman. I didn't. I didn't say Dwarka. I said
Ravi Srivastava.
Come on, allow me to rebut.
Ravi Srivastava raised it.
He raised it. I'm not talking about Bharat Mala and Ayushman. And even in Dwarka, of course Nitinji answered. He answered to the media. Where is the report to CAG? CAG guys have been transferred. Point number one.
Mr. Kejriwal has not answered to the media, not to the Enforcement Directorate and not to the CAG.
30 seconds to answer.
No, there are two more people.
I have not got the chance. Just 30
What is your point? 30 seconds.
नाविका स्टूडियो में आके पूरा वो कर ले नाविका जस्ट गिव मी 10
अरे रुको ना भाई 10 सेकंड में 5 सेकंड में मतलब खत्म नहीं होता रुको ना 5 सेकंड रुको मेरे भाई
यहाँ 2 करोड़ का हिसाब नहीं मिल रहा है आप लोग अपने 10 सेकंड के लिए लड़ रहे हैं ओके 30 seconds first to Tehseen, let him complete his point. Coming to you.
In ED no Anand, please. In ED, no money trail has been established. What happens in ED, and again, I want your viewers to hear it, the agency comes to the court last minute and says, we have a tentative money trail in which the twin conditions set in that you're guilty until proven innocent. Every businessman knows it, every politician knows it, every entrepreneur knows it, and this government controls ED. I say this upfront, and ED has arrested people, called them in one case, and arrested them in another case. You don't get bail in ED. Bail in ED has become less than an exception. It is an unfortunate reality of the country today and the situation of the laws today. These laws have to be challenged in the Supreme Court. One of the judges who unfortunately upheld the law today is somewhere else. That is an unfortunate reality.
No. Navika, please.
So
please
now the problem is the Supreme Court.
No,
the
I'm
problem
not.
is the law. The problem is the judge. You know, every problem except answering the questions. But may I tell you, Anand Ranganathan, there are two panelists who haven't spoken.
But इतनी फेक न्यूज फैल चुकी है इतनी फेक न्यूज फैल चुकी है नाविका कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा उनके हित में जनहित में पहली बात तो रवि जी ने पूछा कि भाई केजरीवाल ने स्कूल नहीं बनाए मोदी ने कितनी यूनिवर्सिटी बना दी इनको मैं पहले बता दूं कि 670 यूनिवर्सिटी थी 2014 में आज 1200 है तो फैक्ट से आपका कोई लेना नहीं नंबर 2 तहसीन मेरा भाई है लेकिन तहसीन की एक रक्त की बूंद से 100 तहसीन रक्त बीज की तरह पैदा होते हैं 3 दिन पहले मैंने जब आयुष्मान भारत में कहा था कि 330 million people have a given card. He alleged lakhs of wrong Ayushman card. There is a scam. मैंने जाके चेक किया. ET now की है टोटल फेक न्यूज फैलाई है 3000 थे और वो फेक भी नहीं थे प्री ऑथराइजेशन में फंस गए थे और उसमें क्या है मदर एंड चाइल्ड को एक आयुष्मान कार्ड मिलता है इन दी अनफॉर्चुनेट इवेंट ना प्लीज डोंट इंटरप्ट वो पूरा 1 मिनट पूरा एकदम फेक न्यूज थी तहसील की एकदम
और टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया के
okay all right allow me to come in now. I want to ask Ishkaran Bhandari, I'm quoting somebody. Today is the last day of this Vidhan Sabha sitting. I'm very happy to say that the faith that the people put in us has been reinstated by the CAG. In its report, the CAG has said that the Delhi government has been in profit for the last 5 years. This has happened for the first time. We have got a clean sheet from the CAG. I'm very happy that we are ending our 5 years with this. Kejriwal said while addressing the Delhi Assembly. The Assembly had met for a 2-day session in December of 2019. I want to ask you, because he said this then, this report should be taken as a serious document by the Kejriwal government. So 2002 crore rupees lost to the exchequer. Do you think Kejriwal now needs to answer?
Navika ji, Mr. Kejriwal also said that Manish Sisodia is Kattar Imaandar and probably should be given medals for his policies, and the Supreme Court gave him a medal in a written order saying that he should remain in jail because the ED's case stands established. That is why he's being kept in jail. But before I come to that, one thing which is very important, I do not know what tangent Tehseen went on today because the amount of misinformation here is staggering. We do not, our opposition does not trust the ED, does not trust the CBI, does not trust the CAG, does not trust the Election Commission. But I I thought they were extremely happy and trusted the Supreme Court because they just got an electoral bond judgment. Whether that benefits them or not is a separate issue, but they seem to trust the Supreme Court. So today it is very surprising when they keep saying that the Supreme Court is not giving bail because of twin conditions in the law. First aspect, when the electoral bond the Supreme Court found is not constitutional, they struck it down. The Enforcement Directorate, the PMLA Act, they found constitutional, so they have upheld it. The second aspect of this is very important. Forget this case for a second. Let's go to Mr. Satinder Jain, and I want to read from Supreme Court here just one small paragraph, because they have denied him bail, not on the twin conditions, but something beyond it. So the judge is hold. Having regard to the totality of the facts and circumstances of the case, we are of the opinion that the appellants, that would be Mr. Satinder Jain, have miserably failed to satisfy us that there are reasonable grounds for believing that they are not guilty of the alleged offences. Full stop. On the contrary, this is the important point, because they keep asking where is the money trail. On the contrary, there is sufficient material collected by the respondent ED to show that they are prima facie guilty of the alleged offences. So there is a positive finding by the Supreme Court that Mr. Satinder Jain is prima facie guilty.
No, that was in a separate case. That is a separate case, but let me get in Akash Deepuni. But it is a PMLA case.
Yes, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh, and I stand by it. Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh do not deserve to be in jail in this particular case.
So go to the Supreme Court. Go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has rejected. Are you a court higher than the Supreme Court? You know, Tehseen Poonawala. Today, I think the liquor policy and the 1+1 that was going on has badly affected your senses.
I'm saying please talk on that case. He's gone on another case.
1 minute. Let me get in. You went on to...
Is the minister of Aam Aadmi Party in jail for corruption or not? Sheesh Mahal is also a case of corruption.
Are we discussing Sheesh Mahal or Satinder Jain? We are discussing Liquorgate, Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh.
Oh yeah, Tehseen Poonawala, you really remembered that we were discussing Liquorgate because you brought up Devendra Fadnavis.
Yes.
You brought up Bharatmala, Ayushman. You know, he brought it. He brings in anything that is not connected. You know, Tehseen Poonawala, I'll have the bouncers come in and take you out if you're going to interrupt anyone. Well, Akash Deep Muni, my question to you is very simple. The CAG, praised by Arvind Kejriwal, has made these findings of 2002 crore rupee ghotala. That is the loss to the exchequer. The ED has sent 9 summons to him. The courts have given him no reprieve. Why is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal not responding to the CAG, not responding to the ED, but only giving himself self-certification of being Kattar Imaandar? Why doesn't he answer these questions?
He answers all the questions, Navika ji. Finally, you have let me to answer, so I'll answer some questions. You know, you talked about CAG report. We should question the government. Of course, you should question the government, and of course, you should question the Maharashtra government, as cited earlier, regarding the non-submission of utilization certificates, also, which amounted to 42,861 crore. Of course, please question them. You have to also question the money given to 2 lakh dead patients. Reported by the CAG in Ayushman Bharat Yojana by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's government. You have to also question Yogi ji's government when they gave 40% accounts which did not got any money in Ayushman Bharat in Uttar Pradesh. You should question them as well. Interestingly, the action by the Honorable Prime Minister was shifting the CAG officers. Transfer kar do, bhai, chup ho jayenge. So now you say that why actually this regarding the CAG report of Delhi. Now I want to quote the CAG report, that this particular CAG report is talking about the loss which is quote unquote presumptive. That is, there is no actual loss in the policy, as the policy was never implemented. If the policy had been implemented, the actual profit to the exchequer would be 3,000 crore, as previously they got 6,500 crore. By this policy, they would have got 9,500 crore. Even by initially, they have got 3,000 crores in advance from the licensees. Now one last question.
Akash Muni, 2G स्कैम में तो ये व्यू नहीं था अरविंद केजरीवाल का. 2G scam was a real scam. People should have resigned. Arvind Kejriwal has different rules for others, different rules for himself.
देखिए ऐसा है कि जिनके लिए मुनि जी मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला. मुनि जी मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला.
I'm running out of time. Long winded explanation. 1 minute. Last comment. Yes.
देखिए जिनके लिए पॉवर्टी स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है उनके लिए लॉस भी नोशनली होता है. पर तहसीन को क्लैरिफिकेशन और प्लीज डोंट इंटरप्ट. तहसीन सेड ED is very bad misuse of law. आम आदमी पार्टी wanted भूपेश बाघेल to be arrested by ED just recently. चलो छोड़ दो इस बात को. Secondly, Mr. Sanjay Singh went to High Court saying that ED is doing vendetta. High Court, and I quote, recent order, bench refused to indulge any arguments regarding political vendetta, stating there was no political cases. Each case needs to be examined through the lens of jurisprudence. Thirdly, I want to ask Tehseen Poonawalla, now don't interrupt me. Please tell me, when Khera was arrested in Punjab, it was on the back of an ED case, by the way. Now tell Aam Aadmi Party ED is bad. And please don't interrupt. I told you don't interrupt. Tehseen Poonawalla, please don't interrupt. This is not right. You know how my mother feels now. Tehseen Poonawalla.
अगर तुमसे जांच नहीं होती तो जांच करानी है. सोनिया गांधी को गिरफ्तार करो. 2 दिन उसका इंटेरोगेशन करो. देखो पता.
अच्छा ये तो कह रहे थे सोनिया गांधी को ईडी के केस में गिरफ्तार करो और इंटरोगेशन करो. अब तो सिर्फ समन आया है. अच्छा तहसीन ये नोशनल लॉस था या रियल लॉस?
Clearly the question here is, questions have been raised in courts, questions have been raised by the CAG, questions have been raised by the Enforcement Directorate. Which law and which कानून will Mr. Arvind Kejriwal live by? Or are laws only meant for Aam Aadmis? The Khas Aadmis can make sheesh mahals and can indulge in Operation Cocktail. No questions answered. That is the question that we are raising tonight on the Newshour. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.